Soundstripe. 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 Soundstripe.
early light, what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight it's the Xfinity Series turn here. Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. As you look at the points coming into tonight, James Silver's on top of the charts over Jim Alt, Kyle Mays, Adam Lancaster, and Sean Kostritza, your top five. Jim Alt has a win. Adam Lancaster has 2 wins on the season, with Michael Robinson 1 win and Jason Arison with 1 win, including Keith Hackney. So qualifying coming on the board. For these drivers. The number 28 of Alex Carr out on the speedway from Fox Lake, Illinois. Rookie in the All-American ARCA Series. Loves Mario Kart. You kind of see that representation on that machine there. Also making his way onto the race's surface from Burlington, Connecticut. It's Alex Penn. Alex Penn in a 30. He goes quick time on his first lap with a 34.88. Along with the number 22 from Fairfax, Robert Melikium. Tony Iverson, that 72 machine, goes quick time with a 34.58. 34.58. Then it's Carr, Merriam, and Penn, and Melikium. Rounds out your top 5 in qualifying. Next driver make his way onto the racing surface. And car number 92 is Jordan Slater. Jordan Slater from Millbridge, South Dakota. Along with the 44 machine he ran last night from Jacksonville. It's Brad Giphart. Brad Giphart from Jacksonville, Illinois. And that 44 machine. Radburn Shutters goes quick time with a 34.28. 34.28. Then you got Alex Carr, Tony Iverson, Justin Winters, and Dylan Merriam rounding out your top 5. A 2-time winner this season from Mooresville, North Carolina. It's Adam Lancaster. Adam Lancaster in the 17 machine. He has our on live look in tonight. Matt Campbell in a 27. Our live look in. Matt Campbell not having the runs he's been wanting. This season. Hoping to improve tonight. Campbell goes second quick in that 27 machine. Oh, there's Fergie. There's that. We don't want to see that. So Matt Campbell goes second quick. On the racing surface right now from Monroe, Kentucky, the driver of 31. It's Blake Hensley. Blake Hensley in the 31. Right now, your top 5 looking like this. Radburn Shutters, Matt Campbell, Bryce Hunter, Adam Lancaster, Jim Alt. All in the top 5 in qualifying right now. Ryan Campbell currently sitting in 6th. 24 drivers have taken time so far. Alan Duranco currently 24th on the speed charts. Blake Hensley goes 24th for his first lap. Driver making his onto his way onto the racing surface of the 69K of Keith Hackney from Calhoun, Georgia. He makes contact with the outside wall, so he will not make a lap there. There's Jason Arison. Jason Arison goes 6th quick. In that 74 machine, he has 1 win on the season. Justin Dilton, the 21 machine from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Currently 14th on the speed chart. There's the 69K making his way back out. Keith Hackney. Last season's Truck Series champion. Here at Gateway. Tonight, this is how it's going to look. 110 laps. I think it's 115. Stage break on lap number 44. Let's see where Hackney qualifies it on his first lap. He goes 5th quick, so your top 5 looking like this. Radburn Shutters, Matt Campbell, Bryce Hunter, Adam Lancaster, and Keith Hackney. James Silvers from Waynesville, North Carolina, right there currently running in that 14th position. 28 drivers of time did. The 29th driver making his way onto the racing surface. Car number 19 from Brighton, Colorado, it's Jeremiah Hobbs in the 19. Hobbs takes the green flag. He's had a couple of good runs in that 19 machine. As he comes out turn number 4, he's going to pick up his first lap here. Let's see where he qualifies in at on his first lap. 29th quick for Jeremiah Hobbs. As he's on his second lap, down the back straightaway. With a minute and 10 seconds left to qualify. See if he improves here on his second lap. He's going to stay 29th quick. So drivers not qualified tonight. Sean Constrictor, Greg Carr, Keith Haney, Robbie Richards, Michael Robinson, Scott Fritz, and Brian Terry. Those are drivers not qualified. So 29 drivers have taken time. We got 17 seconds left. I don't think any other driver's going to make their way out. So let's take a look at your top 5 in qualifying. It's going to be Radbird Shutters, Matt Campbell, Bryce Hunter, Adam Lancaster, or Keith Hackney rounding out your top 5. You got Jim Alt, Jason Harrison, Ryan Campbell, Kyle Mays, Blake Hensley rounding out your top 10. Here's tonight's start lineup for the Gateway 115 on the pole. From the Cornerstone Motorsports car number 3, it's Radbird Shutters into his outside to Aerokinetic. Car number 27, Matt Campbell. Row number 2 to the inside is Bryce Hunter in the 9, and the Fast Motorsports to his outside. Elite Motorsports, car number 17, Adam Lancaster. Row number 3 to the inside in the 69, Cornerstone Motorsports, Keith Hackney. And to his outside, Jim Alt, the J3 Motorsports number 1. Row number 4 to the inside is Jason Harrison in the 74 to JB Motorsports. And to his outside, Ryan Chapman out in the number 11. Row number 5 to the inside to 55, it's the Mays Racing Kyle Mays. And to his outside, the Weaponized Motorsports, car number 31, Blake Hensley. Row number 6 to the inside, the Team Birdie Racing, car number 28, Alex Carr. To his outside, the High Side Hustler Motorsports, car number 72, Tony Iverson. Row number 7 to the inside, it'd be Justin Winters in the 7. To his outside, James Silvers in the 33. Row number 8 be Justin Dilton, Elevated Outdoors, car number 21, and George Slater at Aerokinetic, car number 92. Row number 9 to the inside is Brad Gebhart in the 44, and to his outside, Todd Mays in the 42. Row number 10 to the inside, the High Side Hustler, car number 34, Jason Bridges, and to his outside, the Weaponized Motorsports, car number 5, Dylan Merriam. Row number 11 to the inside, in the Cornerstone Motorsports, car number 30, Alex Penn. And to his outside, his teammate, car number 77, Tyler Evans. Row number 12 to the inside, the Weaponized Motorsports, car number 38, Justin Ray. And to his outside, in the Aerokinetic, car number 88, Chuck Jennell. Robert Millikiam roll off 25th tonight in the Elevated Esports with Scott Hara in the Aerokinetic, car number 04, rolling off 26. Bobby Mays will roll off 27th tonight in car number 2. To his outside, Alan Duranco in the Flex Motorsports, car number 4. Rolled off 29th tonight, be the Empire Motorsports, car number 19, Jeremiah Hobbs. To his outside, and car number 25, Team Birdie Racing, Greg Carr. 31st will be Scott Fritz in the 01 in CFM Esports, and Robbie Richards in Team Watt, car number 32, or 12 in the 32 spot. Rolled off 33 be Keith Haney in the 78, and Brian Terry in the 13 roll off 34th. 35th tonight be Shock Restricted Team White Car number 46. And to his outside, Michael Robinson in the Empire Motorsports. That is your starting lineup here at Gateway. $115 laps. You know, last night we had the parking lot situation a couple times. Wouldn't be surprised if we see it here tonight. As pace car is in.
Green flag, green flag.
Radbird Shutters brings us to the green flag. A good start for Radbird Shutters. See a couple of drivers getting out of line there, not to get in the back of one another. But Radbird Shutters leads us into turn number 1. There's his 27 of Matt Campbell outside. You got the 9 to Bryce Hunter looking to his inside. Side by side battle for second spot. Keith Hackney in that 4th position with Adam Lancaster. We got one going around. I believe that's Kyle Mays. And he saves it. Well, not really saves it, but he's right there on the back straightaway. But coming down turn number 4, down the front straightaway, Radbird Shutters leads lap number 1. Matt Campbell there in second, with Bryce Hunter in his hip pocket going into turn number 1. Hackney has about 2 car lengths between him, Hunter, and him. Lancaster in the 17, currently running in that 5th position. Jim Alt, currently second in the points, 1 win on the season, currently running in that 6th position. And Jason Arison ranked there in 7th with 1 win on the season. Ron Chapman in the 11 machine, currently running in 8th with Tony Iverson up 3 spots. And a caution coming out for the 31 of Blake Hensley. Let's take a look what happened here. He gets in the back of the 5, has to lock it up. And the 04 of Scott Hara had nowhere to go. Having front end damage to that 31 machine. Radbird Shutters, the early race leader with Matt Campbell sitting right there in second. There's Bryce Hunter in third, Keith Hackney in fourth. Adam Lancaster rounds out your top 5. Here at Gateway, under your first caution. On lap number 4. Couple drivers coming down pit road. You see Jason Bridges, Todd Mays, Robert Malikian, Scott Fritz, Bobby Mays, Robbie Richards, Jeremiah Hobbs, Sean Kostritza, Blake Hensley, all down there. Brian Terry. You know, they're just going to fill up and try to get a little extra laps there. BJ's joining in.
Hello, hello.
Now I'm going to let you take this real quick if you can.
On where we at? We are lap number 4. Everybody continues to pace around here at Gateway. Radburn Shutters, Matt Campbell, Bryce Hunter, Keith Hackney, Adam Lancaster currently sits your top 5. And passing all the haulers. As they roll down the back straight away there. This is your Gateway 115. So everybody doubling up now. Lights have gone out. And your front row right now is Radburn Shutters, Matt Campbell, Bryce Hunter, Keith Acting, row 2, Adam Lancaster, Jim Ott, row 3. Remember, stage break tonight is on lap number 44. Radburn Shutters out for redemption for the weeks that he has had lately, as he is currently sitting in first place. Pace car is off. There's Geico restart zone. Radburn Shutters gonna fire down the front straightaway. Excellent start for him. He's got Bryce Hunter right there behind him. Wasn't able to get past second place of Matt Campbell. Campbell gonna run that lane higher. We saw it working a little bit last night for drivers like Sean Stritza. As we look a little bit further back from the leaders, you can see Keith Hackney in the 69 is gonna fall in behind Bryce Hunter. Top right about 8 positions, it looks like, all single file. Behind them still a side by side. As racing continues, Bryce Hunter all over the back bumper of Matt Campbell here as they come out of turn number 4. 7 laps in the books here on a lap number 8 now in the Gateway 115. Jim Ott, week 1 winner at Day Pocono, I believe it was. I have to go back and look at the schedule to remember. Rides in that 6th position. Everybody just relaxing right now, taking it nice and easy. Early in the race, early in the stage, there's one driver coming out of pit road right there. Looks like Todd Bays, I believe. Looks like Alan Duranco will call it quits here for the night. Pretty much the entire field is single filed out now. A little battle going on for 20th spot. That's Dylan Merriam, Scott Fritz, one driver coming down pit road.
Yellow flag is out.
Gonna see who that was that took that left-hand turn to go down pit road. But caution flag is going to fly here tonight on lap number 10. Take a look at the NLRA instant replay. 3 wide heading down into turn number 1. That's never gonna end well here at Gateway. Looks like the 42 getting contact going around there. 42, of course, piloted by Todd Mays. Just came off pit road there a little bit ago. And several drivers coming down pit road, such as Alex Carr, Justin Winters, James Silvers, Alex Penn, Tyler Evans, Justin Ray, Jason Bridges, Dylan Merriam, Jeremiah Hobbs, Blake Hensley, Scott Fritz, several drivers down pit road. Justin, no, that's correct. It was James Silvers first off pit road, who will restart in that 5th spot up front. It is still Radburn Shutters, Matt Campbell, Bryce Hunter, Keith Hackney, Adam Lancaster, your top 5. Everybody throughout the field taking fuel only, except for the 46 Sean Stritz that had a strong run last night in the Truck Series, only for it to end with the biggest wreck in possibly all of Bluegrass that I have witnessed. That is almost the entire field involved in it. Just a really tight battle up in the front 4 position. He got collected in the caution. Fortunately, ending in tonight, Justin Dilt's going to take it down pit road here this time around. The lights are still on the pace car. First through 12th now. None of those drivers have come down pit road yet. That includes Shutters, Campbell, Hunter, Hackney, Lancaster, Odd, Ayrson, Chapman, Iverson, Gebhardt, Slater, and Gentile. None of those drivers have taken a pit stop yet. No, Keith Hackney is known for running a different strategy than everybody else. He's known for making it work. Last season's champion in the Truck Series. So he knows how to put the 69 in victory lane. Sits right now in that 4th spot. The lights got on the pace car. Radburn Shutter's going to choose the inside once again for the restart. Side by side now down the back straightaway. Matt Campbell having a good run for himself. Still sits in that 2nd spot right to the outside of Radburn Shutters. Pace car is off, green flag is out. Radburn Shutters with another good start. He's able to pull up to the top of the track there in front of Matt Campbell with the nose underneath. Campbell is Bryce Hunter, not going to have the momentum down turn number 1. Keith Hackney now wants the challenge for that 3rd spot to the outside of the number 9 machine. Side by side on the back straightaway. Hackney's going to have the position heading into turn number 3. Hunter's not going to fight back too much. He's going to fall back in the line behind the 69. That puts him in 4th. Adam Lancaster continues to ride comfortably in that 5th spot. Still early in the race right now. Lap 15 in the books.
Awesome.
Ooh, looks like we got a car around on the front straightaway. Yes, it is.
Let's see. You got quite a few involved. The 21 right there. You got the 92. Slater involved. Keith Haney involved. Let's see here. Take a look at your NLRA instant replay. There's Slater in the 92. Oh, him in the 55. make contact, sends Slater to the down into the inside wall. And a lot of drivers just getting collected up in there.
Everybody avoiding each other from the checkup. It looked like try to shoot low and just ending up part of it.
Sean Sturtson getting rear end damage on the right hand side of that vehicle. So, caution number 2 out on the racing surface. Matt Campbell, or Redbird Shutters, Matt Campbell, Keith Hackney, Bryce Hunter, and Adam Lancaster. Still your top 5. There's Jim Alt and Jason Arison right there in 6th and 7th. Ryan Chapman in the 8th spot with Tony Iverson and Kyle Mays rounds out your top 10. So that just tells you Slater and Mays, they were battling for 10th and 11th when that contact was made. And Slater going around, collecting Haney. As we're on lap number 18, 17 in the books. Here at Worldwide Technology Raceway Gateway 115, live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Thank you, BJ. You came in just the perfect time. You knew that the hospital was going to call me.
Well, I apologize for being late. I Dylan Yeagered it. Dylan, I hope you're watching. It takes half the fun out of it if you're not. Steve knows what I'm talking about.
I ignored the first phone call, and the second one, you were there.
The phone call woke me up.
Last season, we saw Redbird Shutters have a lot of good runs up until the end his chance in a championship run. Back at it this season, trying to make something happen. He wants to be the champion of the Xfinity Series. Look at the driver standings right now. You know, James Silver's atop the charts. His teammate. And let's see where he is at. Redbird Shutters right now currently sitting in that 12th spot. He wants to win so he could be in.
Yeah, so as of right now, he's in by points. And what I'm curious, is there anybody behind him with a win? So if he's in 12th, he's got...
Well, yes, he has Jason Arison.
He
has Keith
Hackney. Yeah, he's got 2 drivers behind him in points. That pushes him back to 14th. So as of right now, that still keeps him in the playoffs by points. However, if he doesn't get a win and he continues to fall back in points, or more drivers continue to make it in on wins that are outside of that top 16, that puts him in a very, very dangerous must-win situation. That's not a position he wants to be in. He wants to go ahead and get that win under his belt, get it out of the way here as early as possible. We were out on board with that second-place runner of Matt Campbell. What a race he's having here tonight, Steve.
Definitely he is. Running in second, having a good run. Lights go out of the pace car. We're going to let him loose one more time. Remember, stage break, I believe, is on lap number 44. Now, that could change because they have 110 laps for Gateway, and it's 115. And I might have the wrong little doohickey here, so...
Well, you're showing the same thing I'm showing, so... It's any man's guess.
There you go. Lights are out. We're racked and stacked. The drivers are ready to give you the ground pounding motors of these Xfinity Series as they lock the tires coming out turn number 4 when they cross the Geico restart zone. Nick Leonard brings that pace car in. Redbird Shutters bring us back to the green. Geico restart zone. He fires off. We're back to racing here at Gateway. That restart looked really well. Now you look at Keith Hackney. He's down to the inside, takes over that second spot away from Matt Campbell. Campbell drops it back to third. To Alvin Lancaster moves to the inside. As he battles with Bryce Hunter, but Hunter's going to clear him down the back straightaway. But here comes the 17 battling back on the inside. Side by side for second. Keith Hackney goes a little wide in that second spot there. And that allows Matt Campbell to close the gap as they exit turn number 4. Still side by side battle between the 9 and the 17 of Adam Lancaster and Bryce Hunter. They are trying to put on the show. You look a little further back, and while the driver single filed out, couple double file. There is Alex Carr in the 28th. Who's that in the 38th? That's Justin Ray with a little high. That allows Scott Fritz to look underneath him. And there's the 12 of Robbie Richards. Richards up 14 spots in that number 12 machine.
Yeah, Richards looking to have a good finish here tonight. He's really struggled throughout the season. He'd be having good runs, but just not quite there for more DNFs than he wants to remember for the driver, that number 12. Looking for a little bit of redemption. Another driver looking for redemption is the one he just made the move on and is now taking with him down to the inside right there. Scott Fritz, as they're going to make contact, and around goes Robbie Richards through turns number 1 and 2. Jason Bridges, Sean Kostritza, Richards' teammate right there, also getting involved, going around, coming out of turn number 2.
It's a lot of action right there. We'll take a look at Robbie Richards' instant replay. Looks like he got to the side of 77. Had to check up. The 01 had nowhere to go. And then the 46 didn't see the 34 check up, and he gets in the back of them. At least it's not a parking lot. Or used car lot, you know, selling used parts.
It's never a good situation. We saw a number of those last night in the truck series. But unfortunate there for Robbie Richards, Sean Kostritza, Jason Bridges just kind of looked like a bit of an accordion effect, as you and I like to often use, typically on restarts on over on the dirt side.
Definitely. So right now, it's Radbird Shutters, Keith Hackney, Matt Campbell, Bryce Hunter, and Adam Lancaster, your top 5. So out of the top 5, there's 2 drivers with a total of 3 wins. And then, you know, you think of it this way, from 6th to 10th, there's another 2 drivers with a win apiece. So, I mean, you got some winners this season in the top 10.
Talent definitely scattered all throughout this field. And in points alone, drivers way down the list with wins. It just goes to show how spread out the talent is, how much more difficult this season is than what we saw from, say, last season, where drivers such as Radford Shutters, our current race leader, just seemed to dominate the race and have him and several other drivers just with win after win, it seemed like, this season, all the way throughout the list.
34. Jason Bridges making his way back onto the racing surface. How about Tony Iverson right now in the top 10, up 3 spots to start the race in that number 72 machine. His lights are looking to go out maybe this time at the flag stand. Barney's looking them over. Nope, they're going to stay on for another lap here. See the 31 of Blake Hensley. He was involved in that first incident, making his way back onto the racing surface with getting some damage repaired to that front end as he's missing the nose clip there. Alan Duranco, who's a couple laps down in that number 4 machine on the racing surface, currently running at 34th position. Keith Haney with a lot of damage to that number 78, still down on pit road. We're on lap number 26. The lights should go out this time, I believe, at the flag stand.
I could only assume you are correct. Shutters looks like he's already aiming to restart on the inside once again. We saw Kostritza work that outside restart a little bit. Was very surprised to see him do it. Didn't work for him the first time, made an adjustment, went at it again, and worked out perfectly in his favor several times last night. I'll be interested to see if anybody goes after that here in the Xfinity series.
Well, lights go out. Nick Leonard lets it go dark on the race surface. In the base car is Barney holding the 1 to go signal. On that flag, the green flag. You know, in dirt racing, you know, most time you see that. The flag then shows you green flag. Looks like a 1. 1 to go.
Furled.
Makes you just wonder. You know, just wonder. How would Barney be in real life?
Probably angry and with really bad arthritis in his shoulder.
That's true. He does yank that flag a lot. You know, when he throws it, he throws it.
He swings that stick up and down an awful lot.
He does. He likes to get the no-no stick out too. All right, Nick Leonard makes the hard left-hand turn down a pit road. Radburn Shutters brings us back to the Geico restart zone. Keith Hackney right there, right beside him. Radburn Shutters fires. He gets a good start. Down the front straightaway, Keith Hackney right there. And there's Ryan Campbell on the inside of the 9 of Bryce Hunter. Side by side. For that third spot, Hunter and Campbell. Hunter with a run off of turn number 2 as they come down the back straightaway. He will clear Campbell. Campbell falls back to that 4th position. And now Adam Lancaster now looks to the inside of Campbell. He thought better of it. And that's for that 5th spot right now as they come out of turn number 4.
I can't help but wonder if the tires on the number 27 aren't starting to really take effect. Maybe he didn't save his tires quite enough while he's running up in that 2nd position. Meanwhile, all over the back bumper of Radburn Shutters down in turn number 1 was Scott Fritz. Shutters nice and smooth through 1 and 2. Gets an excellent run off of the turn. He's got Bryce Hunter, or Keith Hackney has Bryce Hunter all over his back bumper. And here's Matt Campbell coming right back, pulling back up to Bryce Hunter as well.
Definitely as we look on board with Matt Campbell. As we head down the front straightaway, he looks in turn number 1 there. Hear him off the gas. Kind of flutters there a little bit, the gas pedal. Back on it. Down the back straightaway. You know, BJ, we really didn't hear him change gears. Right there, I guess. Or is it flutter? It's flutter. You know, the trucks, we heard them shifting gears going into turns. That probably be a little later on in the run. That's one lap, Matt Campbell.
Matt Campbell, I could only assume that had a bit of a close call there that we couldn't quite see from in car, the faces that he was making, but yeah, the only thing I figure is the difference in power between the trucks and the Xfinity cars. The Xfinity cars quite a considerable amount of more horsepower and a lot better aerodynamics in the car to allow them to contact the wall from Matt Campbell that time. Several cars contact the wall going around on the front straightaway.
Alex Penn involved right there.
I believe it was Alex Penn, and I think maybe Mo Abbott. Alex Penn's going to claim the caution.
Did you see the
That's Scott Fritz.
Yeah, they're side by side. Penn well, the driver in front of him makes contact with the outside wall. You got to wonder, did he shoot down to avoid? Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, quite possible. A bit of a a panic maneuver there for driver of the 30. And what do you know? I have a graphics card update. Moving on.
So see, right there, Penn coming off of turn number 4, and right ahead of him, that one driver into the wall. I don't know. Maybe he clipped the wall too, but doesn't.
I seen a puff of smoke off his car, so I'd say he did. I wonder if he's maybe running a little hard right there. Now, from right here, it looked like the car directly in front of them got the wall. See, 2 spots up ahead, hard hits the wall.
He did get an outside wall. That's when he came down onto Scott Fritz there.
Unfortunate for them too. Scott Fritz does a pretty decent job saving it. Minimal contact to that inside wall, it looks like. Alex Penn does, in fact, claim his caution, though. Accepts the penalty, heads to the rear of the field. But meanwhile, up in front, there's still Radburn Shutters followed by Keith Hackney, Bryce Hunter, Matt Campbell, Adam Lancaster, your top 5. Our stage break, we did get confirmation, is in fact on lap number 44 still. 10 laps to go to the end of the stage. Once the drivers hit the start-finish line this time around, they roll down the back straightaway, being led by the driver, the number 3, Radburn Shutters.
Before getting the lucky dog, that's Alan Duranco getting a wave around. That's the thing, you know, you start moving the camera back, and that's when you find the excitement. It's like, pick me.
And say, hey, why aren't you looking at me? You are now. But 10 drivers in this race so far have not pitted. Your top 9 from Radburn Shutters, back to Tony Iverson, and then Chuck Gentile in 12th, the other driver to have not pitted yet this race. Everybody else coming down pit road at least one time and taking fuel. Michael Robinson in 18th. He's taking 28 seconds worth of repairs on that number 18. I don't know if he took any tires or not, though.
Take a look at Justin Winter's car, number 7, looking really sharp. I like the orange on that car, and the black and white can really make it pop. But yeah, I'm one of those BJ that loves the bright colors. I love that orange on there. It just really grabs your attention.
Then it definitely does. I remember I used to be the same way, and I had somebody who just started in painting on iRacing. Said they wanted to make us cars for the team, and I said, just make the brightest, ugliest car you can make. So he took the 3 brightest colors, the brightest red, yellow, and orange, and made the ugliest car that I've ever seen. We stuck it on a UMP and took it out there in World of Thunder. That was a long, long time ago.
Across the start-finish line, 35 laps are in the books. Lights are out. We're going to let them loose one more time. Jason tried to get every inch of a thumb that he can get. Instead, y'all, you watch on YouTube on the Bluegrass, he says give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. He don't care either way. Helps. He just would like some reaction on there on the YouTube side of things.
Well, I could give a thumbs up and a half a thumb down. How's that?
So, Radburn Shutter's going to bring us back to the green flag one more time with Keith Hackney on his outside. Row number 2 will be Bryce Hunter and Matt Campbell. Row number 3 will be the 17 of Adam Lancaster and Jim Ott, Jason Harrison and Brad Gibbhart. Pace car makes that left-hand turn down pit road as the 3 Redbird Shutters brings us to the Geico restart zone. He fires, and we're back to racing. Good start for the number 3 of Redbird Shutters. He clears the 69 to Keith Hackney. The top 4 single file momentarily. They head into turn number 1. The 17 and the 27 there. The 17 looks underneath of Matt Campbell. Side by side out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And we got caution on the racetrack.
There's our parking lot, Steve.
There is the parking lot. And Sean Kostritza goes from bad to worse.
Yeah, bad luck continuing. Sounds like Scott Fritz is going to claim this one. Huge pile up.
And here's the 01 and the 77 of Evans. They make contacts. Evans goes around. There you see them side by side. As they come off of turn number 2, you're going to see that 01 push up, get into the left rear tire there. That's going to send the 77 sideways. And that's where the parking lot of used parts comes into play. Ooh. The 18 had nowhere to go. The 19, the 2, the 46. So used part sales going on out turn number 2. Ooh, Justin Bridges gets in there last second into Evans there, trying to come to a halt, not to make contact. Radburn Shutters is still your race leader. He was your pole sitter tonight with Keith Hackney. Bryce Hunter and Matt Campbell. Campbell's dropped back to that 4th spot after starting on the outside of the front row. Lancaster started 4th, currently running in 5th. The 4 car, Val Duraco, going to get another wave around, being the lucky dog.
And talking about positions changed for drivers. Michael Robinson in the 18. He's currently up 21 positions back in 15th. Just slowly and quietly working his way forward, taking everything he can to get up through this field.
Yep. You know, while we're under caution, we're on lap number 40. And when we come start to finish line, we will have 4 laps to go in the stage. There's that nice looking number 7 machine. You know, Ryan Chapman started in 8th, in 18th spot, dropped 10 spots there. Not the night he was wanting. Great car right behind him. There is Todd Mays in the 42. Blake Hensley hasn't had the night of his life after being involved in that first caution. There's Alex Penn, currently running 22nd. At 46, he's missing the front nose clip on that car. There is Robbie Richards, currently running 24th. There's Alan Duranco. I believe he's back on the lead lap as he's getting sent to the rear of the longest line. Tyler Evans in the 77 right there getting around him.
Let's see.
So they are doubled up here. And we'll go back to green flag racing. We'll complete lap number 41. So basically a 3-lap shootout into the stage break at the top 10. at the end of the stage break will receive points, rewards, and they want every inch of that thumb clicked on that YouTube channel. Every inch. Got 2 thumbs? They want you to click both.
That they definitely do. And you notice if we have 2 extremely heavy hitters on the front row right now, it is anybody's guess who's going to come home with the stage win. He's got to be looking for that restart that he needs. The pace car is off. Shutter's going to bring us to the Geico restart zone. You see it right there marked by the blue. An excellent start for Keith Hackney, sticking right with Radburn Shutters this time. Did not let Shutters pull away again and get that car length lead. Keith Hackney is going to follow in line contact a little further back. That's Matt Campbell. Gets shoved up the track a little bit. All contact from the nose of 33.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And they're going to call that the stage break as Iracing goes around the infield. I think the 33, I believe that was. We don't have a 33, so that might have been. Yeah, we do have 33. James Silvers. I think it might have been James Silvers that got into him there.
That button took off. Well, there you see Matt Campbell. He's up there on the high side there. You gotta wonder if the 74 Iracing was trying to give him some room there and came down on the 33. And there's the far chase. So there you see Matt Campbell. He's starting to come down. And you see Iracing in the 74. And there's the 33s. They come off of turn number 2 here. Well, nope. It looks like 33 barely gets into him. Comes up a tad bit. Gets in the quarter panel. And round goes that machine.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe Silvers just didn't see the car of Matt Campbell up ahead, a little off pace from the contact throughout the turn, and thought that Iracing was going to continue on up the track. But everybody down pit road for the stage break. 5 drivers stayed out. Jim Ott, Todd Mays, Scott Hara, Kyle Mays, and Scott Fritz all stayed out. Surprised to see Jim Ott stay out. He's not pitted yet in this race, but Radburn Shutter's going to lead him back off pit road, followed by Keith Hackney, Bryce Hunter, Adam Lancaster, and Brad Gebhardt, the first 5 cars off pit road. And Steve, here's one for you. Blake Hensley in the 31 did not take tires. He will restart in 11th.
Wow. Let's see here. Lights are still on the pace car. Let's do this. Justin Winters, you got a copy?
I got you, sir.
Well, you know, we don't get to talk to you that much, and when we do, we're excited. What a nice looking car you got there, that number 7 machine. You're going to restart that 12th position. What's the game plan going forward?
To avoid all the wrecks and end up in first.
There you go.
Fair enough.
When do you use the chrome horn?
It's way too early for that. Maybe 110, 111.
Alrighty. Go ahead and thank your 5 sponsors real quick while everybody's tuning in.
I think Old School Diecast. Deb, get all your diecast there. Kinder Performance. John Kinder is the best go-kart builder there is. I got Watson Racing setups on the car this week, so shout out to them and shout out to Invested Brand, Jermaine Teamer.
All right. Well, good luck, Justin. We'll send you back down to Elite. That's Justin Winters in at number 7. We'll restart in that 12th position. And under next caution, we'll bring Radbird Shutters up here under that next caution and get a chit-chat with him. As Todd Mays and Scott Hara will bring the field back down to the green.
And take a look. Kyle Mays?
You got Kyle Mays.
Kyle Mays. Look at that. Mays and Mays, the first 2 cars on the inside row. And take a look at Scott Fritz right there. Involved in that last caution. Actually, I believe it ruled at fault for a caution just a couple laps ago due to pit strategies and pit calls. Sits in that 4th spot now.
He does, as here they come. Coming to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out. They fire back off. Good start there for the 42 with Todd Mays. He does clear. Scott Harris, so does Kyle Mays. 1 and 2. Right now, Radbird Shutters to the inside of Scott Hara. They're side by side as the 3 of Radbird Shutters will clear. About to turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Keith Hackney now looking to do the same thing with Scott Harris. He looks down to the inside. As they head into turn number 3, Todd Mays continues leading number 42 to 55 of Kyle Mays right there in second. Radbird Shutters has already moved back up to that 3rd spot after restarting that 5th position. Keith Hackney in 4th. 5th right now is Bryce Hunter. Scott Hara, who restarted on the outside front row, currently has fallen back to that 6th position. And there is Adam Lancaster. And Adam Lancaster looks to the inside of him. He moves up to 6th. Brad Giphart now is going to be sizing up Hara. See what he can do. Let's put his name in the hat and get around him. As they go into turn number 3, see Brad Giphart looks to the inside. Hara going to give it to him. And there's Justin Winters, currently that 9th spot. So Justin Winters, he restarted 12th already up to 9th. So a pretty good restart. Scott Fritz coming down pit road. You got to wonder, why is he doing it now? Is it strategy or is something wrong with that car?
You know, I'm not entirely sure. His last pit stop was on, I believe, lap 41 or something like that. That one caution. Oh, and there's Keith Hackney makes contact with Todd Mays. Mays up into the wall. Managed to hold on to it, though, and keep running, but not the position he wanted to be in. He restarted on pole. Back up front now, though, we've got a battle for the race lead between Radbird Shutters and Kyle Mays. This is one of the places that Shutters has struggled this season. He would dominate stage 1 quite often, but then have a hard time making it back to the race lead. This is where he wants to be, side by side. Now with Kyle Mays, he's going to have the position through turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, give it to Radbird Shutters. He retakes the race lead. Keith Hackney now trying to stick his nose underneath the 55 of Kyle Mays. Single file back out as they head down the front straightaway.
And into turn number 1, it's Radbird Shutters. Now going to look like he's on a Sunday drive on a Tuesday night as he's now starting to pull away from Kyle Mays. Keith Hackney, gets loose off of turn number 2. He saves it. And that's going to bunch up because, Hunter had to get on the binders, and now that allows Lancaster to get around Bryce Hunter, and here comes the 44, Brad Giphart. He's in the hip pocket as they come out turn number 2, but Hunter going to clear him down the front straightaway. But Radbird Shutters now, he's starting to leave town. He's already 4 car lengths ahead of Kyle Mays in that 55. Keith Hackney right there is now starting to close up the gap again between him and Kyle Mays. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. As they go into turn number 3, Keith Hackney gets the bumper to the inside. They're side by side for second. Keith Hackney looks like he's using that rumble strips with the left side tires there to get that car planted to get in the turn. A little different from what we saw in the Truck Series last night because, you know, they got right there in the rumble strips, BJ. They started pushing a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely did. It's almost like the rumble strips for the trucks would just unload that left side. These here, it looks like it's grabbing a hold of the left side and helping them hook a little bit more. Definitely an interesting difference that I would not have expected between the two vehicles, but Keith Hackney, he is going to bring Adam Lancaster on 17 along with him past the inside of Kyle Mays. Move Mays back to fourth. Your top five now. Shutters, Hackney, Lancaster, Mays, and Hunter. And Scott Hara in the 04 that started on the outside pole currently rides in that 7th position. We'll ride on board with Matt Campbell. Campbell currently back in that 22nd position, a long ways back from where the Air Kinetics driver was in this race, sitting up inside the top 3 for a considerable amount of time earlier in this race. Now he's got a bit of an uphill battle ahead of him.
He does. Now he looks into the inside of the 25 of Greg Carr. He makes the pass. He will get in that 21st position. Right ahead of him is James Silvers, Dylan Merriam. And how about Alan DeRocco? DeRocco, after being several laps down, getting the wave around every caution, up in that 18th spot in that number 4 machine.
DeRocco for looking for that Cinderella story for sure.
You gotta look at this. Keith Hackney now is closed up to Radburn Shutters. Hackney in that 69 machine. He's going to be knocking on that door momentarily. He pushes up a little bit, turns 1 and 2. The X is a little bit different from him and Shutters. The Shutters puts a gap on him down the back straightaway into turn number 3, but this is where Hackney really starts to close in. He can get that car right up, right on that white line, pulls up to the rear bumper of that number 3 machine.
Yeah, 3 and 4 is definitely the stronger turns for Keith Hackney. 1 and 2, the stronger turns for Radburn Shutters. And that is where you want to be if you're Keith Hackney. You want that run coming towards the start-finish line. You always want to have that speed coming towards the end of the lap or end of the race, even later on tonight if he gets in the same position. But one thing that you gotta keep in mind is how strong Radburn Shutters has always been on the long run. He might be letting Keith Hackney get up to his back bumper right now, but all he's got to do is maintain his line, make it difficult for Keith Hackney to pass him while not pushing that car, save his tires as much as he can. And then he'll have a strong run later on. Keith Hackney keeps looking around, trying to find a place by. He's going to keep burning up those tires, and that's going to give the advantage right back to Radburn Shutters later. We'll take a look a little further back through the field. And look at this. Robbie Richards, after being involved with caution earlier, he's working his way back forward. He's up 23 positions, Steve, as he works his way around Justin Winters.
He does. He takes over that 9th spot. Winters in 10th. And then you have Chuck Gentile right there in that 11th spot. Chuck Gentile in the 88 machine as he's battling with this 74. That's Arison, who's already a couple of laps down. And there's Jim Alt with 1 win on the season. Looking around to get around Arison. He does. Jim Alt currently in that 12th position. And there's Blake Hensley, who was involved in that first wreck, missing the nose clip on the car, currently running at 13th. Alt's car in 14th. And Ryan Chapman right now in the top 15 here at Gateway, the World Wine Technology Raceway. Todd Mays in the 42, currently in 16th. There's James Silvers with not a good run, not a run he's wanting tonight in that 33 machine in 17th. There is Justin Ray and Alan DeRocco and Matt Campbell round out your top 20. But meanwhile, back up front, Keith Hackney continued to put pressure on that number 3 of Radburn Shutters. Hackney trying to do everything can. He wants 2 wins on the season, as Radburn Shutters wants a win to lock him in to the chase. here with the Bluegrass Xfinity Series.
And if you look, it looks like that gap is slowly, ever so slightly starting to increase between those two drivers. You see Keith Hackney actually washes up right there through turns number 3 and 4. Shutters faster on, believe that is lap 1.
Huh?
Trying to see what laps those are.
60
little-
and 61.
little blur.
We haven't made to 100s yet, BJ.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Ah.
It looks like there's a 1 there on mine. You should see what I'm trying to look at. It's not being friendly with me.
But this time out, turn number 4, Shutters starts to gap Hackney a little bit. And now there's about 2 car lengths in between those 2 drivers. Adam Lancaster sitting in that 3rd spot. Bryce Hunter still in 4th. Had a good qualifying run. Qualified 3rd tonight. Currently running at 4th. Kyle Mays up 4 spots into top 5. Brad Gebhardt up 11 spots in that 44 machine. And how about Tony Iverson right there having a good run of 5 spots to start the race. Currently running in 7th. And right now, Scott Hara is fixing to come under attack. 3 wide going into turn number 3. And BJ, we all know this might not end up pretty.
No, definitely, very easily could end badly. But Scott Hara is going to make the smart decision to drive on the outside. He's going to fall back and allow everybody by on the inside. And allow him to double file it back out. It's going to cost him a couple positions, actually. As Hara is now going to ride in that 11th position. Ooh, Jim Ott. He's going to shoot way down to the bottom of the track. Robbie Richards now in that 8th position and riding smooth right now with Chuck Gentile right behind him. Looking a little further back. There is the 11 of Ryan Chapman. He's got Justin Ray right behind him wanting to make some moves.
Definitely, and there's Alan DeRocco, who's currently at 21st. There's Alex Penn, he was involved in an early caution. And there's Brian Terry, he's up 11 spots in that 23rd position. Dylan Merriam right there 24th. And there's Jason Bridges. He's been involved in a couple of cautions, so is the 77. They're off pace. And there's the 18 of Michael Robinson. There's George Slater, the 92. And there's Scott Fritz. He's back on the racing surface. And there's Jeremiah Hobbs going a lap down. But meanwhile, Hackney went way high in turns 1 and 2 there. And look at the gap that Radbird Shutters now has on Keith Hackney as they come down the back straightaway.
Yellow.
Caution down
Just
the
under.
racetrack.
And Jim Ott involved in this one. Rumors of retaliation. Robbie Richards gets up on the wall, comes right back down, right into Jim Ott. Looked like there was a little bit of contact that sent Robbie Richards up the track. Richards bounces off the wall. A little bit of dirt track in there.
Oh,
Hard hit between him and the one of Jim Ott. And bad luck again for that number 12 machine upside down. Jim Ott, bad luck for him.
as pit stops now going on with Radbird Shutters, Keith Hackney, Lancaster, Hunter Mays. Chuck Gentile stays out, so does Scott Hara. Brad Gebhardt, Tony Iverson, Alex Carr, Justin Winters, James Silvers, Blake Hensley, Justin Ray, Ryan Chapman, Todd Bays, Matt Campbell, Greg Carr, Alan DeRonco, Alex Penn, Brian Terry, Dylan Merriam, Jason Bridges, Tyler Evans, Michael Robinson, George Slater, Scott Fritz, all down pit road making their pit stops as Chuck Gentile and Scott Hara stay out. Radbird Shutters does beat Keith Hackney out for pit road. Off pit road will be Shutters, Hackney, Lancaster, Hunter, Mays, and Gebhardt. Justin Winters coming out in that 10th spot after the pit stops. Tony Iverson in 9th. All right, so I need y'all on the Bluegrass YouTube page. I need you to do me a favor. There's 46 people watching. Let's get us up to 50. 4 more people. Share it out to your friends. Let's get 4 more people watching. Let's hit that 50 mark. Oh, we dropped 2, so we need 6 more now. Make sure to hit that thumbs up.
And the only excuse for dropping right now is if you've left to go share it out someplace, and then you're coming right back. That's the only viable excuse if you've left.
Greg Deacon says, let's go, Grip Hackney. Okay. Jeremy Vaughn posted tonight. Good to see you on here. So there's 43 people watching on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's get 45 thumbs up on the Bluegrass YouTube page. Or Facebook, yeah, YouTube. All you gotta do is scroll down there.
And I tell you what, just taking a quick look at it, in my opinion, I think it deserves a thumbs up. I mean, look at how clear and how beautiful that picture is. The colors are bright, vibrant, crystal clear. The picture's crystal clear. 49 people watching, 1 more to go.
Jeremy Vaughn says we can watch both. All right, Jeremy, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Sarah giving a thumbs up. Cheering on her son. Justin Winters there. 52 people. We all now want to see 52 thumbs up on that Facebook or that YouTube channel. If all of y'all will click the thumbs up button, and you know, Jason said, hell, he don't care. Hit the thumbs down button. He just wants a reaction on the YouTube side of things. So, way to go.
Absolutely.
How about that? I want to say I think that's the first time that we've had 51 people watching at one time on the Bluegrass YouTube side of things.
If you want to help out the YouTube even more, every one of y'all say hello in the chat as green flag is gonna wave. That helps out the YouTube algorithm, push the broadcast out even more, helps out the channel, which helps out the league. But Chuck Gentile, excellent start for him there on the restart. Keith Hackney now going to take a look to the inside, side by side for the race lead down the back straightaway. Hackney with the momentum. Down into turn number 3 now, still side by side, almost even going into turn 3. Gentile way up high. Keith Hackney's going to bring Kyle Mays right along with him. Those two sit 1 and 2 now. Radburn Shutters in that 4th spot. He's going to be looking for the door to open around Chuck Gentile as well.
And look at Justin Winters now. He's up the 7th spot in that number 7. For 7 for 7 right now, that number 7's doing. Justin Winters, that's a tongue twister there. It's Radburn Shutters has made his way back up to that 4th spot. Now looking to the inside of Chuck Gentile. He's up against that rumble strips, gets around Chuck Gentile. He brings along Adam Lancaster. Gentile falling back to 5th. There's Brad Gebhardt in that 44 machine. Keith Hackney in the 69 machine. Your current race leader, first time leading here tonight.
And you know, this is where he wants to be. He doesn't want to give it up, and he never gives it up easily when he gets to the race lead. Right now, he's slowly starting to pull away from Kyle Mays. He's up to a half-second lead already. And meanwhile, in that third spot, Radburn Shutters, it's the furthest back he's really truly been under green flag run. In third position, sits right just over half second back from Kyle Mays. Gonna try to reel him in, but we know Radburn Shutters strong on those long runs. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney just sets the fastest lap of the race with a 34.55. Nobody has ran that fast yet. Keith Hackney, a man on a mission right now, but he's got to be careful. Steve, this is a track known for eating at tires. It's got a rougher racing surface, older racing surface. It's known for almost being like sandpaper on those tires. It just wears them out. And unlike dirt, you don't want to put sandpaper on your tires.
Definitely. Lisa watching. Hello, Lisa. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It's right now Alex Carr currently running in 9th position. Right ahead of is the 33 of James Silvers. Bryce Hunter ahead of him. And Justin Winters now up to that 6th spot. So he's making moves here. You know, he wants that win. They poke the bear. Well, this is the thing, Jeremy. You can poke the bear. But will the bear giggle on the last lap? Or will he growl on the last lap?
Only time will tell.
As you look, there's Tony Iverson having a good run in the top 10. There's Chuck Gentile falling all the way back to that 11th spot. There's Matt Campbell trying to work his way up. He started on the outside pole tonight. Justin Ray in that 38 machine. Currently ahead of Blake Hensley, who was involved in that first caution, missing the front nose cone of that car. There is Scott Fritz making his way back up into 15th as he's working around Ryan Chapman in at number 11. And how about Alan DeRocco with several laps down and under every caution, got a wave around, and now he's back in that 17th spot. So good job for him. And how about Kyle Mays hanging there in second right now? There's a huge gap between him and Keith Hackney and a gap between him and Radburn Shutters. And Adam Lancaster is slowly catching up to Shutters right there.
Yeah, it's the first time all race long that Keith Hackney has been ahead of Radburn Shutters. So the pressure is on for Radburn Shutters trying to get back up there to battle him. But Mays, the best run he's had all night. We've seen him up in the front already, but he was on older tires and dropped back very quickly. This time around, he's on the same set of tires and just riding comfortably, but the gap does close a little bit that time for Radburn Shutters, getting up to Kyle Mays, just a few laps away from a battle for that second spot, I do believe. That late run speed that we're used to seeing out of that number 3 machine, I think it's coming, Steve.
It could be coming anytime soon. He's going to set his eyes on Keith Hackney. As you see Keith Hackney coming down the back straightaway. Radburn Shutters has closed the door. He's hunting his prey right now. Outlaw Gaming Center. Well, I don't know. He's probably hunting Bluegrass. Hunting for a piece of that thumb.
Definitely could be. Looks like a mistake out of Kyle Mays. Got a little loose off turn number 2. Radburn Shutters right up to his back bumper now. And you know, Steve, this is almost time for Radburn Shutters to really prove himself. All he had to do was make that number 3 machine wide earlier. Now he's got to actually drive. He's got to fight his way back forward. He's got charging Adam Lancaster back there as well. He wants to get a good finish, wants to get another win on the season. And right now, Shutters all over the back bumper of Kyle Mays. Got some cars into the wall a little bit there. Believe that might have been a 7 of Justin Winters.
As Justin Winters falls back to that 8th spot. And I do believe it was him that did make a little bit of contact with the outside wall. Trying to see. tad bit of damage right there. Not much. You know, when that wall grabs you, sometimes you just gotta let off of it, let it regain control and go after it again. And there is the battle for second, side by side. Come down the turn. Kyle Mays trying to hold off Radburn Shutters. Mays in the 55 on the outside, Shutters to the inside as they head into turn number 1.
And this is exactly what Adam Lancaster behind will see. We'll see that battle. We'll see the doors open for him to gain positions. And Keith Hackney, if he can even see it in his rearview mirrors, these guys are 2.5 seconds back from him battling for position. This is exactly what he wants to see as well, because these battles are going to slow these guys down. It's going to cost them momentum. Keep it off of each other. Keep it out of the wall. Down there coming off the corners especially. And now Adam Lancaster takes a look to the inside of Kyle Mays. They will go down the front straightaway, but Radburn Shutters now into that second spot. Wants to start gaining ground on Keith Hackney, but as of right now, Keith Hackney continues to grow his lead, now a little over 2.5 seconds between Shutters and Hackney. Make out 2.6 seconds there. Your lap times on the screen. Consistently quicker for the driver of the 69 over the rest of the field right now.
Definitely is. Radburn Shutters got to get a game plan together. How is he going to catch up the 69 machine? Because you know he doesn't want Keith Hackney to get another. Jeremy Vaughn says, I bet Hackney is giggling right now, stretching his legs out on the track. Well, if that's what he's doing, that must mean Tasha is on the pedals right now.
Moving on.
There's the 19 of Jeremy Hobbs going another lap down. I'm just saying, he's stretching his legs. I mean,
okay.
I mean, someone has to be on the gas pedal for him to be that quick. He surely ain't coasting. And there's Brad Gibbhart, 12 spots, currently in the top 5. James Silvers, he early on wasn't having a good run. Now in the 6th spot, there's Bryce Hunter. Justin Winters in the 8th spot, now trying to reel in Bryce Hunter. He's got that car back underneath him. Scott Fritz in 12th. Matt Campbell right ahead of him. There is Matt Campbell. Right there. Take a look at Matt Campbell. You know, he looks pretty calm there. Has his blue gloves on and
Trying to see what his shirt says there.
right ahead of Matt Campbell is Tony Iverson, who has a top 10 right now.
Iverson, driver we haven't spoken a whole lot about this season. He's done pretty well for himself here this season as Keith Hackney continues to work around lap traffic. This is exactly what Radburn Shutters wants to see. He's not really let Keith Hackney grow that lead too much now, as actually he has been quicker than Keith Hackney by just about 0.2 over the last 2 laps almost. Shutter starting to reel Hackney back in here on lap number 89 of 150. About to hit lap number 90. That's going to be 20. Oh, there you go. 26 laps to go. I was about to say 26 laps, but SDK will say it for me. 26 laps to go. Shutters continues to reel him in by about 1/10 to 2/10 per lap. Does he have enough time to do it? We We'll have to wait and see. Right now, Hackney's probably in save mode, knowing how big of a lead he's got. Probably in save mode, relaxing a little bit, trying to see just how far he can make it, if he can go to the end of the race, or if he's going to have to pit again.
Stephen Calvota. Yes, that's his name. Stephen Calvota watching tonight, the Bluegrass. And they got events coming up starting in, I believe it's in February, with the big blocks on Sundays. So, head over there to Team VLR, take a look at it. And I'm sure they got some openings there if you race dirt and want to race in the big blocks. I believe it starts at 5 Central, 6 Eastern. But there is Radbird Shutters. Right there in second. There's Keith Hackney. So that lead right there is pretty good. Keith Hackney trying to go for a second win of the season with 24 laps to go. The 55 of Kyle Mays, they're getting around the 92.
Meanwhile, somebody let the dogs in the booth once again.
Hush! Sometimes you just gotta yell at them, but maybe they're barking for Keith, I don't know. Or screaming for Shutters, I have no clue. And there is Adam Lancaster still in that third spot. And look at Justin Winters. He's gotten back up that 7th spot. Now has his eyes set on the 44 of Brad Giphart. 23 laps to go. For Keith Hackney. There's Radbird Shutters. And Adam Lancaster. So they got a sizable gap, BJ, between those. There's Kyle Bays in 4th. Bryce Hunter. Hold on one second.
All right. Wow. The gap went right back. The two just kind of even back out between Hackney and Shutters. 69 of Keith Hackney calls out his pit stop. He'll be coming down this time around as we watch Bryce Hunter right now. The 30 of Alex Penn calls out pit stop. 9 of Alex Hunter calls out his. Several drivers looking to come down pit road. It's going to be their money stop. Alan Duranka, he'll be coming down as well in the 4 machine. Another driver calls out their pit stop. Adam Lancaster will take over the race lead, followed by Kyle Mays, Brad Gebhardt, Justin Winters, Alex Carr, your new top 5 as pit cycles have begun. Jeremiah Hobbs calling out his pit stop. Adam Lancaster, he'll be coming down this time and giving up the race lead. 5, Dylan Merriam pit stops. All underway. Everybody getting ready to come down or on pit road. You see 44 Brad Gebhardt. There's the 55 of Kyle Mays. Has not yet called his stop out. Justin Winters hasn't called his. Tony Iverson now in that 3rd position. Wait and see when he comes down as well.
And how about that? Kyle Mays, Justin Winters, Tony Iverson staying out. And there is Justin Ray in 4th, BJ.
That's right. And Radburn Shutter Steve. A gutsy call, takes 2 tires. Everybody else on 4 tires on that pit stop. Gutsy call for Radburn Shutters. He does get out ahead of Keith Hackney. He's the first back on track of this pit cycle. It's going to get interesting. How well is that 2-tire stop going to help him? It's going to be looser through the middle of the corners on 2 tires.
Kyle Mays.
Top 5.
Look at the gap he has right there. He needs to pit now, BJ.
Yeah, that he definitely does. He's got a 4-second lead over Tony Iverson. And over the first car out of pit road on this pit cycle, Radburn Shutters, he's got 27.5 second lead over him. Justin Winters down pit road, and there he comes. Kyle Mays coming down pit road. It'll be interesting to see if he makes any kind of gutsy call on this one, taking maybe 2 tires or something. I think if he takes 2 tires, he stands a really good chance of coming back out inside the top 3. Justin Ray will take over the race lead.
And Tyler Evans right there will take over second. And Radbird Shutters right there coming out turn number 4, coming to 17 to go. So that call, there's Keith Hackney right there. So you got to wonder, with 17 laps to go, does Keith Hackney have enough time to chase down Radburn Shutters? You know, the truck series, 2 tires, no tires, and 4 tires at certain points of the night didn't make a difference.
No, it really didn't seem to. The strategy calls were all over the board, it seemed like. And the only thing that we really saw an effect from was the no tires, and it was only with a 15 to 20 lap difference or more when we really saw the no tire call really make that big of a difference. Several drivers with 5 to 10 laps older tires were still able to contend and stay right there with the guys on completely fresh tires. There's your soon-to-be race leaders. Looks like Justin Ray coming down pit road in a hurry. He's going to have to get that car slowed down to avoid a penalty. He's now down pit road. Radburn Shutters coming quickly to retake the race lead. He currently has right about a 3-second lead over Keith Hackney.
Well, you're looking at the times there. Keith Hackney has been quick the last 4 laps, BJ. Closing that gap in on Radburn Shutters. 15 laps to go. Now, your Radburn Shutters, you want to start picking off these lap cars one by one to put something between you and Hackney. It's right now the 13 of Brian Terry looking to go a lap down to Radburn Shutters. So that driver is now in between him and Keith Hackney. But, this ain't good either for Shutters to battle with 13, because that's definitely slowing him down as he now clears the 13 of Brian Terry. And now he has his eye sets on the 5 of Dylan Merriam.
It slows him down as well, puts a lot of pressure on his fresh right side tires that he took. He's got to try to keep as much grip in them as possible. Doesn't want to push the car right now while Keith Hackney continually seeks to catch him. He's running right now almost a half a second faster per lap in that number 69 machine. Reeling Radburn Shutters in and doing it in a hurry. So Shutters really needs to do everything he can to save those right side tires so that he's got all the grip that he possibly can when Keith Hackney catches up to him, and hope that Hackney burns his tires up, burns all 4 of his tires up, trying to reel him in. And as it stands right now, that gap actually has started to slow down on shrinking that time around. Let's see just what the lap times are here. Much, much closer, only about 0.2 of a lap difference, or 0.2 of a second difference between those 2 drivers that time around. So starting to level out already with the 2 tires versus 4 tires. Radburn Shutters may be getting close to that safe zone now as Keith Hackney continues to push that number 69. A little further back there is Bryce Hunter. We just saw Adam Lancaster just up ahead. He started the night in 4th and stays in 4th. He's got to be wanting that top 3. He's got a little bit to go to get to James Silvers. We look a little further back. There's Bryce Hunter, Brad Gebhardt. Gebhardt all over the back bumper of Bryce Hunter. Gebhardt, he's been forwards, he's been backwards, and right now he's in that forward position. This is where he wants to be, up 11 spots. There is Harrow right there in the 04. He rides. Oh, no, that is not. That is Scott Fritz in the 01. I saw the 0, and then I looked right back over at the scoring car to see where he was at. That is Scott Fritz. He's had a heck of a comeback to find himself back up in 8th position. But right now, he is under pressure from Alex Carr.
Alex Carr now going to look to the inside, going in turn number 1. Cannot make the move. He'll fall back in line. There's Tony Iverson currently running in 10th. James Silvers in that, or not James Silvers, Justin Winters in that 11th spot there. And Matt Campbell in 11th. Oh, Nelly just caught back up to the leader. He got a little loose off turn number 4, trying to go around Scott Hera in that Ford machine. So, good save there. You know, that's not something that Radbird Shutters wants to see or feel, especially when Keith Hackney is coming. And Scott Hera going to allow Hackney to get around him. So now there's only one driver in between Radbird Shutters and him. That is the 5 of Dylan Merriam. As we come to 8 laps to go, this should be plenty of time if Keith Hackney wants to get up there. But you got to wonder, BJ, will he have enough tires? You know, catching them is one thing. Getting around them is another.
Yeah, it's definitely a very, very good point. We see the speed out of the 69 just almost makes the 5 look like he's sitting still. 5 Dylan Merriam makes him look like he's sitting still there off turn number 2 just about. But Radbird Shutters, all he's really got to do is stay smooth, make that car wide enough. He's got 2 less good tires on that car than what Keith Hackney does. And look at how close Hackney is already. Just 7 laps to go. Watch this run. See if you can see it right there. Yeah, and see the gap just shrink down into turn number 1. Hackney just absolutely flying right now, giving everything he's got. See a little bit lower line from Radbird Shutters down the back straightaway.
Oh, look at that rear end on Shutters. It looked like it drifted up there.
He's definitely going to have a much looser car, especially through the middle of the corners with only 2 tires versus 4. Right now, he's in such a dangerous position. That gap went from just a half a second that last lap to less than 0.2 of a second this time. Keith Hackney right up to the back bumper. He's going to try to make a move. Shutter's going to have to try to throw the block in. Looks like he does. Both of them go low. Lap car sticks his nose into the outside. That's going to cause problems for both of these drivers.
That's the 88 of Chuck Gentile in the 88 machine, getting around Radbird Shutters, and Keith Hackney going to follow him as they come down the front straightaway with 5 laps to go. Hackney on the outside, the 3 of Shutters. Hackney side by side. Let's see if Hackney clears him coming to Alpha turn number 2. He does. Hackney resumes the race lead down the back straightaway. Chuck Gentile in that 88 machine showed Hackney where to get around Radbird Shutters.
And all I can say is, holy cow, lap traffic changing the outcome of this race, I do believe, because all Radbird Shutters had to do was make his car wide. Now, I don't think with the 2 tires he's going to have what it takes to get back around Keith Hackney. Hackney's lead already 0.3 of a second over Radbird Shutters. We look a little further back. There is Bryce Hunter riding right now in that 5th spot, giving everything he's got, trying to make up some ground. But, man, you know Radbird Shutters is not going to be happy with Chuck Gentile for that move right there.
Well, you know, Justin Winters now made it in the top 10. Scott Fritz up to 11th. And Keith Hackney is now starting to pull away from Radbird Shutters with 3 laps remaining. Shutters got a little loose going into turn number 1 there. That rear end's just dancing all around the track as they come off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. The 42 right behind them is a lap down. James Silver's in that 3rd spot, but Keith Hackney goes into turn number 3. He's trying to make it look easy. There's Radbird Shutters trying to keep it close to the rumble strips as they come out turn number 4. 2 laps to go for Keith Hackney at Gateway at the Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Yeah, Hackney did what he needed to do. He stayed patient when the door opened with lap car getting in the mix of the race lead battle. Hackney saw the opportunity and took it and followed Gentile right around the outside of Radbird Shutters. It's a gutsy call for Radburn Shutters to go for 2 tires, but you got to do something different. We talk about it all the time, Steve. You got to do something different than what the leader's doing to make a pass and make a move, and he did that. He got the race lead, was looking good, but just not quite able to have it in the end once the lap car got in the way. White flag is in the air for Keith Hackney. Just 4 more turns now as they come out of turn number 2. Just 2 more turns to go.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. That 69 machine wants to make it 2 wins on the season. There is Radburn Shutters. His dream was shattered a couple laps ago, but coming out of turn number 4, Keith Hackney picking up the win at Gateway, with Radburn Shutters coming home in second. James Silvers in third. Adam Lancaster in fourth. Bryce Hunter in fifth. Brad Giphart 6th, Kyle Mays 7th, Alex Carr, Tony Iverson, and Justin Winters rounds out your top 10.
What a job by Keith Hackney to squeeze by the outside there. It was just good, hard, smart racing is all that was, Steve.
Definitely, as we take a look at your official results on the board. Keith Hackney picking up a second win of the season. Radburn Shutters comes home with second. James Silvers in third. So Cornerstone Motorsports 1, 2, and 3. Adam Lancaster in fourth. Bryce Hunter in fifth. Brad Giphart in sixth. Kyle Mays in seventh. Alex Carr in eighth. Tony Iverson in ninth. 10th will be Justin Winters. Matt Campbell coming home in 11th. Scott Fritz in 12th. Alan Duranco in 13th. 14th be Blake Hensley. 15th will be Alex Carr. Justin Ray in 16th. 17th be Alex Penn. And 18th will be Ryan Chapman.
Coming home in 19th is going to be Jason Bridges. 20th, Brian Terry. 21st, going to be Tyler Evans, Dylan Merriam, Chuck Gentile, Michael Robinson, Scott Hare running out the top 25. And it's going to be Jordan Slater, Jeremiah Hobbs, Todd Mays, Jason Ayerson, and Bobby Mays, your top 30. 31st, Jim Ott. 32nd, Robbie Richards. 33rd, Sean Stritza, Robert Malikian, Keith Haney. Your top 35, and rounding out the field is going to be Justin Diltz.
And we'll be right back with post-race interviews. All right, welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV, and BJ's caught up with your third place finisher tonight.
That's right, I've caught up. That's right, I've caught up with your third place finisher of James Silver's John with 33. Man, you stayed pretty quiet throughout the night, then there towards the end started making moves and coming forward. Managed to bring it home with the podium position. Tell us a little bit about your night from your perspective.
Well, right off the bat, though, didn't have the best qualifying run, Kind of messed up on the second lap, barely tapped the wall. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to start where I start. Started 14th and worked my way through traffic a little bit. Got involved in an incident. Sorry to whoever I turned. I think it was the 74. But they put me in the back, and I had to restart in 30th. And I drove all the way up into, I think, 10th before the caution came back out again. So it went green there for a good minute. But for me to just execute on tonight, I just got everything right and kept the car under me and walked home third.
You definitely did a fantastic job doing so. You haven't had the strongest season so far, so coming home, getting a third place finish here tonight, trying to work your way. Wait a minute. Yeah, you have had a good season. You're the points leader. You're the points leader. So how much does this third place finish mean for you and staying up there in the points, staying up towards the front, staying in the front? I do believe actually.
Yeah.
And heading towards the playoffs.
We got to keep the team rolling, As tonight we finished 1, 2, 3 again, so I couldn't be more proud of Keith Hackney and Radburn Shutters. They put on a pretty damn good race up there in the front. Just trying to keep everything rolling. I've been my last 5 starts in Bluegrass, counting Xfinity and Cup, I finished in the top 3. So hopefully I can keep everything going and keep talking to y'all.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and thank the sponsors. Shout out. Somebody help make it possible for you to get up there tonight.
I'd like to shout out y'all for putting on the broadcast every week. Y'all do a pretty amazing job, and I'd like to shout out my girlfriend Shelby. I love you, baby. Hope you had fun tonight. Shout out my parents. I love them. Shout out all of the sponsors that help everything go on at Cornerstone and Weaponized Motorsports. Shout out W Energy. If you use the code Cornerstone at w.gg.com, you get 10% off of your whole purchase. Function Junction Smoke Shop, Mountain View Detailing, Area Professionals of WNC, and Soros Marathon Garage, Team Goon Squad, Brent Keith at BK Paints, and Rocky Boyd and Will Weber for making us some extra paint schemes. And just got to shout out everybody at Cornerstone, man. We've been put on a hell of a team together, and we just need to keep everything rolling, and hopefully we can keep getting in these wins, man.
All righty, and that is James Silvers. Steve?
All righty, let's see here. Caught up with Radburn Shutters, and you talk about it, Radburn. I mean, coming down, it looked like that lap car showed Keith Hackney how to get around you.
Yeah, no, got to thank the lap cars for just sitting in the way for most of that last run. Can't thank them enough. And then seeing that red machine pull right through the Red Sea kind of just was awful disheartening. Gained about a second on me in one corner. Yeah, I think I had the right idea. I just couldn't wheel it good enough.
Well, I mean, either way, I mean, you had a good qualifying run tonight. You started on the pole. You led a lot of laps. So you're leading in the right direction. I believe you're sitting like 12th in points coming into tonight. So still that second place finish tonight helps you to point standings. I know you want that win to lock you in. What's the goal, or for the rest of the season? Because we know you have a strong car. We know the driver's good. So what's got to happen for this win and lock you in?
Well, we're gonna have to go out and get a win so I can try and not worry about getting a win the rest of the season. So we're just going to keep practicing and keep winning the pole every week, and then maybe one of these days we'll be able to finish where we started. That's what's just going to have to happen.
Definitely.
I'm getting to the point in the season now without a win that getting a little antsy, guys. I love talking to y'all and everything, but I want to be the guy that's on the top at the end of it sometime this year.
Definitely. And I think it will come soon. I mean, we can see it, but hopefully soon that win will come for you and lock you in. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible.
Yeah, we're going to thank Soros Marathon Garage, a beautiful car that we ran tonight. Seemed to have the horsepower. BK Paints, W Energy, Mountain View Detailing, Aerial Pros Western North Carolina, and Function Junction.
All right, that's Radburn Shutters coming home into that second place tonight.
Thank you, guys. See you next week.
All righty. And BJ, I'm trackside. You've been up there on planet Mars on that last interview. Let's see if you made it closer to Earth with the race winner.
Well, I got him and his teammate mixed up. We'll be all right. But at any rate, I've caught up with the race winner, Keith Hackney. Man, multiple wins on the season now. Things are really starting to come together for you in that 69 machine.
Yeah, man. I just like I told Jason a couple days ago, I just haven't really been practicing this season with neither one of these cars. I just happen to just luck up in the Cup cars, and I haven't been really putting in the work. With my setup building, for EPI and pictures, I just really haven't had a lot of time. But this week things has changed the way I look at things in this league again, and in all honesty, I feel like I'm going back to the old truck piece in mid-season last season. So from now on, like I feel like this is personal now. Like I'm going to put in that work and I'm going to do what I need to do. And I, you know, I'm going to show everybody that I'm not just a truck guy or whatever. Like, oh, he can't hang with the big dogs in Cup or Xfinity. I'm here and we're going to continue to be here, and we're going to knock out a couple wins here in the next couple weeks. These are some good tracks for myself. Just there again, I haven't had a lot of experience in the Xfinity or the Cup at these next couple tracks, but I'm very confident that I'll be a force to reckon with, man.
Let's talk a little bit about the race there, especially the last couple of laps. You got the last pit stop. Radburn Shutters took 2 tires. You took 4, and just started reeling him in by over a half second a lap for a little while, and then you got caught up behind him. You guys got stuck there with the lap car. Tell us a little bit about that pass, a little bit about that work coming through right there.
Well, honestly, just like I was telling Radburn in Discord, like I didn't even know that he was in front of me after the pit. Like I thought for some reason I thought it was Bryce. He short pitted and he was in front of me, and then we went and we crossed the line and I seen Radburn was in front. I was like, "Whoa, how'd you get in front of me?" And he was like, "He only took 2 tires." Like, oh, well, I mean, 2 tires make these cars very loose and longer in the run, especially at this point of the race. The car was a little free, and dude, I'm not gonna lie, like I drove the hell out of my car to run him down, and but I felt like I caught the lap cars just in the right places to make the passes I need to pass. He might think otherwise, but I tried to do it cleanly, and I got to him, and when I got to him, I seen him block me going down the back straightaway, and I was like, okay, I see what we doing. It was all fun and games, and then I didn't know someone else had fresh tires, and they passed us on the outside. I was like, hold up, I know that's not for position, and so I just tucked it behind him coming out of 4, and then that's pretty much all she wrote because I think Radburn was fast. I mean, with 2 tires, 4 tires, it didn't matter. But at that point of the race, and him on the bottom, and just I seen following him, he was getting a little free coming out of the corners, and I just had to keep my tires underneath it and just go on, about my business.
It definitely worked out for you. Put on one heck of a show. Go ahead and take your sponsors, shout outs. Everybody help make it possible for you to get there.
Yeah, man. Just first and foremost, I gotta thank NLR. It's just a dream to be with those guys. They're having really good luck in the truck series, so a huge shout out to them, and everybody on the team at that. EPI, great people all around. I enjoy being with that shop and being the builder on the dirt side with them. NH Lens, Custom Cabinets by Keys, Cornerstone. Cannot forget them guys. They brought us on, or it's a couple of us guys this season in Xfinity and Cup, and we're just we've got a hell of a team, and I see it every week. So shout out to them. W Energy, Function Junction, Mountain View Detailing, Aerial Professionals, the WNC, Thor's Marathon and Garage. Just huge shout out to Jason for putting this on, y'all for broadcasting this. Shout out to Tasha. You don't watch as many as she should, I think. but but yeah, man, just a huge shout out to everybody that just makes this thing go round and round. And like I said, this is personal for me now. And a huge shout out to Lancaster. I just want to let him know the clown won again.
Well, congratulations again on coming home with yet another race win.
Thank you, man.
Steve?
All right. Well, what an interview there. Keith Hackney picking up the win. With Radburn Shutters the second, James Silvers, Adam Lancaster, Bryce Hunter rounding out your top 5. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place, but with the Cup Series. You don't want to miss it. Here live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Until then, good night and God bless.